Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Suzanne from Florida, and today we're going to be sharing a recipe with you called prosciutto wrapped shrimp in a creamy garlic sauce. It's really delicious but so easy to make because of a secret ingredient I have from Philadelphia. It's called cooking cream. Kraft Philadelphia, thank you so much. You've just made my life so easy. And Paula Dean, I swear you've had about 10 chefs slaving over a hot stove for a couple of months to make these big, bold, inspired flavors. It really helps to take my food from basic to bold, and that's what we're going to do today. So come on into my kitchen and let's give it a go. So let me tell you about the ingredients we have today to make this very good dish. We have colossal shrimp. Look at that. I've cleaned it, I've deveined it. The tails are still on. I'll tell you a little more about that later. I've got 3 cups of just basic pasta sauce. Some chopped green bell pepper, look at the way that's cut. If I do say so myself, it's quite perfect. And then some basil. I've chopped this and kept a few leaves clean just so we can garnish with them. Some prosciutto. This is dry cured ham. I'm using this instead of bacon. It's easier to cook, a little less fatty and gourmet. And then the star is this Philadelphia cooking cream. The flavor is savory garlic. This is going to lend all the flavors that we need to this dish, and I'm not going to have to season it anymore. So what am I going to do with this Philadelphia savory garlic? Well, I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls here. Look how spoonable it is. It's just so easy to use, perfectly seasoned. I'm going to put a couple of spoonfuls in here to baste our garlic, to paste our shrimp in it, and then the rest is going in this pasta sauce. And I'm going to use the spatula to pop this out of here because I don't want to waste one little bit. It is so yummy. So here we go. And now, pop that in there. My daughter's little happy whisk. She can't be on the show today, but hey Ella, in the peanut gallery. We'll whisk this in, and this is going to make our delicious creamy red sauce that's just so easy. And look how easily that blended. It's all done already. This here with the shrimp, I'm going to just mix this in, and this is going to add some flavor before I wrap it in the prosciutto. I'll just make sure each colossal, big, delicious, plump shrimp has some of that sauce on it, perfectly seasoned. Pop that in there too. Now, prosciutto, I'll just rinse this finger off. Prosciutto cuts pretty delicately, so I want to use a sharp knife. Dad, you'd be happy. From the farm, my dad's a butcher and sharpens these knives. And so what I'm going to do is take one of these prosciutto pieces, get one of my seasoned shrimp and wrap it and set it aside for searing later. It's going to add so much flavour and complement the savoury garlic sauce beautifully. Here we go. So I've just dropped my pasta. Today I'm using a rotatini, and it's a whole grain. Look at this, it's cooking away as we speak. Now, while that's cooking, I've got about a tablespoon of olive oil in here, and I'm going to put my bell pepper in there. You want it nice and hot and get a good sear going. While that's going, let me tell you a bit about these shrimp tails. I promised to earlier. My husband bought this pan. It's a brand new pan for our wedding anniversary, and some of you may think, pan for a wedding anniversary? I love to cook. He knew my passion. Big hat. Thank you, honey. My husband absolutely detests shrimp tails on shrimp, especially in pasta. What do we do with that when we've just got a fork? I told him what all the gourmet chefs are doing. That's following the big kids. He says, no, honey. So as a tribute to my husband tonight, I'm ripping all the tails off these shrimp, and we're going to tail this tonight. I googled and tried to figure out why do the fancy chefs, the gourmet chefs, leave tails on the shrimp. and I couldn't find a good reason. So please, women of Philadelphia, if you know, please blog to me and tell me why I should leave my tails on the shrimp so I can give my husband a good reason. Otherwise, we're going to keep ripping them off because I like to keep them happy. So I've just removed the bell pepper, and now it's time for these big colossal shrimp to go in. We've got a little bit of residual olive oil in there, and we don't want to cook this too high and crazy. Maybe a little bit more of a sear there. But we're just going to pop these in the pan. It doesn't take long to cook these. About a couple of minutes each side. Depends on how big your shrimp are too. Look at that. If you could smell these aromas, the garlic, the savory flavors are already coming through from that basting. And the prosciutto. Oh, so excited. Oh look, I left the tail on. Sorry honey, that's mine. There we go. And we'll just let that sear for a little while. So I've turned my shrimp at about 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm letting it sear on the other side. It's just about cooked. And you want the shrimp almost cooked all the way through. And then, I think it is, I'm going to add my bell pepper. And then I'm going to add my secret ingredient. This is the pasta sauce with the creamy, savory, garlic flavors, the cooking cream from Philadelphia. So we'll add that in, turn up the heat a little bit, and we'll just let these flavors marry. The shrimp, the prosciutto, the bell pepper. We're going to let that come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, going to add that basil. We don't want to overcook the basil. We want it staying nice and fresh still, but we want some of those flavors injected into the meal. While that's coming to a boil, my pasta, I have drained it and it's cooked. So I'm going to get that ready. Look at that! It's coming to a boil already. Doesn't take long. Got a cupful of this pasta in here. This pasta is great because it absorbs all the flavors and the juiciness of that sauce. Stir this up again, make sure it's all heating through. Toil, toil, trouble and boil. I think that's Macbeth, but who knows, I'm not an English major. I'm just a crazy Kiwi. Just waiting for my food to cook. It smells so good. Do you see toil, toil, trouble and boil there? I do. Turn that down and scoop. Oh, you know what? I forgot something. Before we do that, we're going to drop the basil. Marry that in, because the basil makes a happy little fresh flavour in there. And a little zap of colour. Bring it to the boil just again. Sloppy chef, I'll clean that up later. And now it's party time. I just can't wait to taste this. I'm impressed with myself. Thank you, Philadelphia. It's creamy. It's flavorful, with the savory garlic complements this dish beautifully. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dig in, guys.